Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah, Jay-Z. I don't even like Jay-Z like that, but that's a good song. Kanye, Shalom, Shalom Israel.
Shalom.
We're the brother from the GMS Arizona camp coming back at y'all with Lord's will, another edifying lesson. First and foremost, before we start, as always, we want to give all the praise, honor, and the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers. Shalom to you, brothers, pushing and teaching this truth across the four winds of this earth. And as always, peace, blessings, and many salutations be to you, sincere Akiyamu Akwa, few brothers, along with you, few sisters, given all diligence in these last days.
Khan. You know, we're going to go into another subject, and this subject has to deal with women. Now, of course, you know, brothers, we all know we all love women. Every last brother love a woman. We love an attractive woman. We love women. It's just something about how we were made. We love women. How Yahweh Shah made us. Ain't no fruitcakes around here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But knowing that we love women, also these women have a place, especially now, you know, and paying attention to how these women move. Right now, we need to be focused on doing the work of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai.
That's right, bro.
You know, going into this, understand too, the women that we have today, you can't even deal with them. Majority of them are harlots.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are harlots and whores.
Yeah.
You know, me and the brother was talking earlier, just a while ago too. When you go into this, understanding this, these women think they are the prize, that it's all about them when it's not. They don't realize that they are death.
Yeah.
You know, they are the reasons why death is in this world too, because of them. They were the ones that was deceived. Adam wasn't deceived, but Eve was. She was found in what? Was that what I'm looking for? Transgression. Women. And it's crazy because when you sit back, every time you turn around, a woman got that coming out of her mouth. Oh, we the prize. We the prize. It is more than them the prize and how much they don't need a man. But how can you be a prize and say you don't need a man? Then what you the prize of? You got scripture?
Yeah, I got that scripture you quoted.
Go on.
And then I got another one too. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 12. It says, but I suffer, verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
So the woman was deceived, and she was in the transgression, of which brought what? Death. Now, a woman can sit there and argue, say, well, no, we bring life. No, sweetie. No, you don't. You bring death. A man brings life. A man carries what we call today sperm, seed.
Mm-hmm.
Without that, then what? You're basically a woman. And this is not woman hate. We're going to bring out scriptures to show you what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah says.
Yeah.
You know? So if a woman's listening to this, don't look at it, they just hate women. No, we telling you what the facts are. Giving you nothing but the facts through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, how y'all women are and how you think.
Mm-hmm.
All about y'all. So we're going to hit a bunch of scriptures, and we're going to, Lord willing, try to get the scriptures that talk about a so-called virtuous woman, or, you know, somewhat good woman, things that she would be doing.
Or for the elect lady.
For the elect, for the women out there that's, holding it down for their men, you know what I mean? For the elect brothers, doing what they supposed to be doing,
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about scripture, it just went out of my head. Salakia, y'all.
I got a few scriptures that you quoted. I got that Sirach chapter 25 and verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. It says, now it's point on that.
So you see, through the woman came in sin, and we all die.
I was gonna start at the top of that too.
Go ahead.
For a few verses up, actually. This is verse 21, Sirach 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. And one account that I think about is Samson and Delilah. Because Delilah pretty much, Samson lust, that was one of Samson's weaknesses, and like the brother said, that's a lot of our weaknesses, man. That lust demon, because Apostle Paul may mention it's better for you to marry than it is to burn. It's better for you to have a wife than to have that burning feeling of really wanting it and needing it, but not being able to have it, man. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we deal with that as men. And sometimes it'd be hard to deal with, it'd be all jacked up. And that's why the scriptures say, it says in Sirach, it says, he that hath no wife shall wander up and down the streets all the day morning. And I remember I was really laughing about it because I was going, because I actually went through that, man.
Me too.
It was real spiritual. I was walking and I was like, man, this sucks, man. Just late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And You know, I thought about it the other day, and the scriptures say that a man would do that if he don't have a wife, and I literally was living it. I was, damn, that's true.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like the brother said, we're in the last days, and we gotta, not let that be something that hinders us on this path as we're fighting for something far greater than this world, man. A prize that exceeds the prize we could ever be given.
We fighting for that kingdom. We fighting to go home. We fighting for the, to be saved out of out of Jacob's trouble. And right now, honestly, it's just not the time to be really focusing on these women, because every brother know when you look out and you drive in your car or you go to work or wherever you may be, you look out, you may oh yeah, she's pretty. But at the same time, what do you see her do? What do you see them doing? They got their tongue hanging out. Mm-hmm. They got their ass hanging out. They got their boom boom showing. They have no respect. They loud as shit. They don't respect the man at all.
Yeah.
So is that the troubles that you want? Is that something a brother want? No, not at all. So the scripture is going to go into what these women are and how Yahweh Shai feels about the woman. What scripture you have? Did you bring up the was that Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, I was holding that one right now. Yeah, it's Ecclesiastes 7:28. It says, "Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found."
So there's no such thing as a righteous woman. Even though a woman may say, "Well, I'm righteous, I'm good, I'm this, I'm that." No. Now, can they listen? Yeah. Can they understand? Yeah. Can they follow direction? Yeah, if they want to.
Yeah.
But a majority of them don't want to do that, especially now in Esau's world, because what did Esau do? Esau put down the man and lifted up the woman. Didn't the scripture say a woman shall surpass a man in the last day? And that's exactly what we're seeing. So a woman can turn up her lip and say, "Well, I don't need a man. I don't need this. I don't need that." And you know what? I'll give it to her on this one. Yes, she's able to go to work. She's able to have a career. She's able to have a job that makes more than a man. But when push comes to shove, she gonna need one, because women are still created to be what? The weaker vessel. It is what it is. Many women came and opened up peanut butter jars or pickle jars.
Right.
And the brother did say something a while back, and it was really prophetic. He said, truth be told, when a woman says she don't need a man and whatnot, but when you look at her and something bad happens, who does she want to come save her? Mm-hmm. Does she want another woman to come save her, or does she want a man to come in and lay down the law and take somebody out the house?
Yep. When
crap go left and your girl running her mouth and talk about, well, if anybody break in, I can handle it. Okay. And when somebody breaking and something happen and brother jump out the window, she gonna be like, well, why didn't you save me? Why didn't you save me? Nah, baby, you said you had it.
Yeah.
You said you got it. Remember you said how you didn't need a man?
Yep.
Y'all got to think about that, y'all women out there that's saying that right now, and Jacob trouble about to start.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna have thousands of men that you're not seeing in Venezuela and all them people coming, all them men coming across the border. And ain't no women.
And there's been a lot of information too coming out. Them dudes are over there. A lot of them were coming from gangs. And they over there stealing. Going in people's houses. And it's crazy because a lot of people on TikTok were concerned with that, and they're giving their own 2 cents as far as the situation in its entirety, and they said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened not too long after they went across that border, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Over there fighting, fighting the guardsmen and just running right through. You know what I'm saying? So you women gotta be very careful, man. And we say that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai, because a woman in the scriptures is known as the weaker vessel.
Yep.
Right. So no matter how many guns you got, that you trusting in that gun, that's having pride, man. And the Lord can have that gun malfunction in the day when you get ready to use it. You know what I'm saying? To ultimately prove, or to just really to make you defenseless.
Yeah.
He's gonna do that to a lot of men too, in general, I believe, but especially women, because that's their ultimate go-to is guns. Well, I got my guns, You see, but when we say how hell breaks loose and you ain't around them guns, what you gonna do?
Exactly.
You don't know how to fight.
And even let's say this, even if you know how to fight, let's say this, because even Ronda Rousey got beat the hell up.
Yeah.
She ran her mouth to a dude that probably didn't even know martial arts.
Oh, a dude beat her up?
I mean, he gave a little bit of tax up real quick, and she knew right then and there, kind of like, oh snap, reality set in.
Right.
And reality sets in on a woman just because she thinks she knows something, and a man comes in with that full anger and power. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
No, but once again, we're going back to the brother saying, right now isn't the time to really be focused on these women, because these women ain't nothing but damn harlots.
Yeah.
They hoes. It is what it is. And the scriptures constantly warn us about them. And to even watch out. What does it say? The scripture talks about give not thy strength unto a woman.
Right now.
And that's a lot of things. That's something that brothers really need to sit back and think about. Even to the women you may have right now. You're like, man, look, it's gonna be a man gonna have to be, it's gonna be me and Yahweh Bashar Shah's way, or for you the highway.
Yep.
You cannot put them before Yahweh Bashar Yahweh Shah. They say something, they do something. Man, I ain't trying to hear all that.
Yeah. As in Proverbs 31:3, it says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." And that's ultimately was the downfall of many men, because they see a woman and she's so attractive, or she may smell a certain way, or her hair's done all up in a particular fashion, and that will move that man to pretty much, just all kind of judgment can go out the window, and you just so distracted by her beauty, that can have you in a bad situation, man. Especially nowadays, man. Again, like the brother's saying, it's very very important, because a woman is in the kingdom. We're gonna have as many women as we want. Like the elder apostle Gabar said, we're gonna have acres of women. Like I say, I'm one of the brothers, man. For maybe some of you brothers went out there and experienced it too. Not having a woman for a long time, that's hard to deal with as a man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we gotta realize too that we're gonna be able to have as many women as Lord sees fit. In the world to come, man. We're gonna have more women than we. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the last thing that we'll ever have to worry about. And we're not going to worry about nothing. So, you just got to keep that in mind as well.
Being patient and waiting.
And I had this precept for you.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Because this is 1 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes.
And what?
It's like it just says, this last verse, it says, and many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women.
And many men have, go read over that one more time. Many men have what?
Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
And that's exactly what many men have done. Yep. Erred, sinned for women, have ran out their wits for a woman, not making wise decisions.
Yeah.
Based on or coming or following behind a woman. A woman have a man all messed up in the mind.
Because a man a man start thinking with his head and not his head, what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That right there can have you messed up, man. I've experienced that too. You know what I'm saying? Thinking with my head and not my cabeza, man. I ultimately
that gets you.
Yeah, I'll get you every time, man. But you gotta look at things, and move in the spirit, as the elders were saying yesterday.
And going back over that too, you sit back and think about it, the decisions you make. A woman can really mess up your decision and your thinking.
Yeah.
And that happens to a lot of men. A lot, a man can be wanting to go down a certain path, and a woman say something and take that man completely off that path. Also, too, she's knocked many kings off too.
Yeah,
she's made many kings. You kings out there, lose everything you've had. Mm-hmm. She ran your bills up. She did something to your car. She done so much to the point where you're struggling to even get back on your feet. See how dangerous a woman is. And remember, we love women too, but we are looking at the women of today. Yeah. Of 2023, right here in Esau's kingdom. At the end of the day, all what the scriptures say about them. Matter of fact, let me get this, what the scriptures say. This is Proverbs chapter 9 and 13. What does it say? A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Is that not what we see today? Loudmouth Shirley out there and her friends, green hair, purple hair, tongue out, screaming, all loud.
Yeah.
Think she knows what she's talking about? She's talking about absolutely nothing. Foolishness. Mm-hmm. And the scriptures even say with them loudmouth Shirleys and everything else out there. What does he say? Let me get Salakia. What's the scripture? We was talking about it earlier and it went out.
Let me see.
Salakia Akim. It was a scripture I was thinking about and it went out, but it'll come back, Lord willing. Going back into these women. I think it's in Ecclesiasticus. I'm going to say it's Ecclesiasticus. Let's see. Is it 26 and 9?
26 and 9.
See what that one says?
Yeah, come on. So 26.
Because all these scriptures go in.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
All these scriptures go in on the woman.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you pay attention to these scriptures and you look out the door and you look at these women, you be like, man, all these scriptures are nailing these women to the T.
Mm-hmm.
To the T. A warning comes again. A warning goes out. Hey, man, brothers out there, look. Hey, watch it. Pay attention. These women ain't.
Nah, because a lot of them just, what it comes down to, they're just not raised right. You know what I'm saying? They're raised, with westernized, westernized idea of how the world works and how things should be. You know what I'm saying? The position of the man and the woman, especially in relationships. And, Esau has ultimately deceived the woman into thinking that she, like brother say, she's the prize. She's supposed to, ultimately be on a pedestal. But when you look in the scriptures, you see that it's actually completely contrary. The man is supposed to be on a pedestal.
That's right.
Right. And because I got a quick precept too for that, and that the man's on the pedestal and the woman is below. Okay, let me see if what scripture what chapter is that where Abraham's wife Sarah called him Lord? Let me see if I can find that real quick. And if you read that, I remember reading that to my girl one time and she didn't have nothing to say because she couldn't believe it. I think it's in let me see, I got it right here. This is 1 Peter. I knew it was 1st or 2nd Peter. This is 1 Peter chapter 3, and let me stop a little bit. It says verse 5, 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. And that's not something that you really see, especially over here in America, man. You know what I mean? And it just goes to show you, like it says in Hosea the 4th chapter, right, that the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land because there's no mercy, there's no truth, and there's no knowledge. There's no knowledge of the Most High in the land, right? And what's the knowledge, man? These scriptures, right? You know what I'm saying? There's no, that there's no, you're not gonna see nowhere. Righteousness is nowhere, man. Like it says, the whole world is full of unrighteousness. So, but this is how it was in the ancient times, concerning our women. They were in subjection unto their husbands and obedient. It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. You see, so, Sarah called, because when you go into, and I was going into that, I shall grab it real quick. This is, if I may.
Go ahead. Because I'm looking for some scripture. I'm looking for another scripture I was looking for.
Okay, Colin. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2. I'll start at verse 1. It says, be ye followers of me, even as I am, even as I also am of Hamashiach Yahushua. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. And there's, it's crazy to think that, who was that? Guerrilla Hebrew priest Alazar from the Sicarii camp, one of the heads of the Sicarii camp, he just said out of his own mouth that he doesn't believe that Apostle Paul's writings and epistles were of the word of the Most High. Okay, but then you have to deal with this too, because then you would be going against this order, right? Verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. Now, when you go into this word head, because I was telling the brother about it, it says, I'll play it real quick.
Strong's G 2776, Kephale.
Kephale, and it's the Greek word for the word of head. And it says, metaphor, anything supreme, chief, prominent, of persons, master, lord,
man,
of a husband in relation to his wife. So Sarah calling Abraham Lord, I was like calling him the head. So there was that agreement and there was that understanding, right, in a relationship, amongst our people, right, that, hey, I'm the head and you're going to follow. It wasn't, no, I'm a bad bitch. I'm this, you know what I'm saying? I'm a hot girl, that's a westernized, culture that was put upon us from the oppressor, man. And our people have adapted to it, and now it's called black culture. Death culture, really, man.
Exactly what it is death culture. And, when you sit back and think about it, this goes back into what? Our women today, like I said earlier, are them harder? Can you go back over it again? One more time, because something you had said. Go back over that scripture one more time.
First Peter.
Mm-hmm.
First Peter chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, "For after this manner in the old time, the holy woman also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement."
Did you read something further when it said like
the head of the man?
That's what I want.
Okay, kind of slack here. This is the 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach."
So now you see right there, order. Women are out of order. Yeah. So when you read this, you have understanding how it's supposed to go. So technically goes like this. The man's head is to Yahushai. Yahushai is to Yahweh. So let's back it up. So if you look at it from a woman's head is to who? Her husband, her man. She don't jump over her man to get to Yahushai. Go ahead and read that again.
Come on. 1 Corinthians 11 and 3 says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh."
Now, do you see what this said? The head of the woman is to the man, to her man. What do we see today? As the brother just said, she ain't trying to hear it. She's not looking towards her man.
Yeah.
She's trying to do everything as a man. She's trying to be the man when she can't be. Once again, there is an order that is made from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, how women supposed to be. And today, the women are not like that. And then they sit back and how they say, "Well, I don't understand why I can't find a good man. I can't find a good man."
Right.
Because your ass don't want to listen.
Yeah. You don't want to get in order.
And it's going to take you to get in order. Do y'all women not understand that when Jacob's trouble come, what that really means for y'all? What that really means, that ain't no man going to protect you. The men talking today on TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, all over the place. You can call them whatever you want to call them, but it's the truth. When they tell you they're not protecting someone that don't listen to them.
Yeah, that's real.
There's an order to things.
Right.
But you women want to feel you're the prize, you're the man, it's all about you and everything you say. No. The scriptures already told you you're deaf. The scriptures told you you're clamorous and foolish and knoweth nothing. The scriptures go into that you're harlots and whores.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
that's a vast majority of our women. Because, for you Akwaf, man, who are sincere and are being obedient unto Yahweh Shemashah, that's it. These lessons are for you. Now obviously, you need to take it with a grain of salt and know that you need to tighten up as well and remain disciplined in the spirit, right? But, we have to get on our women because, they're completely disorderly, man. And these are like the last few warnings, man, before all hell breaks loose. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Lord saying, rise up, you women that are at ease. You know what I'm saying? You got to really get out of this world. I mean, we all got to get out of this world, man. But women are more materialistic, so they're attached to this world more than a man would be. Okay, in this truth. So you got to really fight that, man. It was what's fully evil.
A lot of y'all women are Lot's wife. Mm-hmm. You want to turn around for that materialistic shit, Excuse me. That materialistic stuff. As the brother was saying, you worried about trinkets. You're not worried about where you're supposed to be going. You worried about them trinkets. You worried about the bag. You worried about the gold ring. You worried about the ornaments. You worried about the hairpin and all the nonsense that ain't going to do you no good.
Yeah.
Because matter of fact, you get that scripture when it says he's gonna give them nothing but a stink.
Oh yeah.
You know what's man? Hey man, it's about to be terrible for y'all. And we're warning the brothers like, hey man, pay attention to them. We understand we men too. We love women too. But right now, hey, it's about that work. It's about doing what Yahweh Bashim says to do. She gonna have to be on the back burner.
Apostle Paul mentioned, I believe that was Apostle Paul, where he said, they that have wives have to live as though they don't have a wife.
Yeah, they have none.
Because obviously this truth comes first, man. You have to love everything and everyone else less than the Lord. But this is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 24. It says, you might have to start up a little bit.
Go.
Mm-hmm. This is Isaiah
get all that meat.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a twinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts.
And now think about it, he already hit y'all with that scab the head. That's why majority of you wear wigs. Why more of you got sew-ins and them sew-ins and wigs and all that other stuff. It ain't every Judite, but it's a lot of y'all. You ain't got no edges. You got that little nickel ponytail back there that's barely holding on. Hey man, sorry, I ain't trying to laugh, but man, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. The scriptures are telling you what's gonna happen to y'all.
Yep. For
what y'all have done. We getting punished for what we done. Y'all getting it too. Read a little further.
Con, it says, verse 18, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers.
So you're about to lose all your material stuff.
That's spiritual, yeah.
You're about to lose everything. Your chains, your mufflers. I think it goes into your bonnets.
Yeah,
all your jewelry, all that. What do you think is going to happen in Jacob's trouble? When we take Jeremiah 30:7, a time of Jacob's trouble. Mm-hmm. What do you think is going to be happening? You're going to lose everything. Matter of fact, a lot of places ain't going to have running water, and we already know it's going to go into that y'all going to stink. Matter of fact, go a little further with that.
It says the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty.
So you know what that means for you women? We're going to see you for what you really are. Because a lot of you women hide for who you are. You put makeup on, you put all this cosmetic stuff on, and a lot of y'all got horrible skin and everything else.
It's gonna be a great humbling.
It's gonna be a very great humbling in that day. And you can get mad, you can stomp your feet, you can yell at the screen and say what you want to say about us, about what we saying, because this is all scripture.
I got a precept.
And it's all gonna happen to you. Yep. Every last bit of it. And best believe when it do, it's gonna click in your head. Click. They said this was going to happen, and you're going to be in a bad case.
Yep.
You ever said you're going to stink? Y'all women, y'all have to have showers and whatnot and soak because the way y'all are made.
Yeah.
A lot of you women don't even take care of yourselves down there. It's going to be a stink in that day. Mm-hmm. People going to be able to smell where you at. How awful how awful it's going to be, because Yahweh is going to strip y'all from everything. He about to strip all that damn pride, all that I don't need a man, I can do it by myself, I'm the prize, all that going to go right out that door.
I got a precept for you too.
Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 12. It says, for the day of Yahweh of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Now you women are going to be brought low too. Because you go to 2 Chronicles 15 and 14, right? That says, and they that seek not the Lord, whether small or great, man or woman, should be put to death, man. So this pertains to you women as well. Okay, you have to get right too. You may not have the law like we brought out. Woman, the Lord doesn't want a woman to teach. That's not your role. Your role is to be obedient and to learn in silence. Either from your man or from the Akim. If you don't have a man, you know what I'm saying, so you can get built up in your faith. There's this truth, man. There's a lot about being in order. You know what I'm saying? Being in order and holding fast integrity, being brotherly. Order is the main thing in this truth. That's why the Lord said a false balance is an abomination. You see, so, right now everything is at an imbalance, with the current state of where our women are at, okay, and the status they can gain right through the opportunities that they have access to, man. You're not going to have CEO women in the kingdom ruling over,
that.
You know what I'm saying? The Israelite, woman, you're going to have men servants, as far as the other nations, right? But they're not going to be ruling over the Israelite men.
Not at all.
That's not going to happen, man. You see, because the heathen were given to us for an inheritance, to serve us. So, yeah, you're going to have Israelite women, not going to have heathen men servants, but they're not going to have an Israelite, not going to be ruling over no Israelite man, because that order is going to be fully established in that day, which, again, that hasn't happened yet. Everything's out of order.
But this is the thing about it too. Y'all women out of order, right? You don't want to listen to your man, but you'll go to that 9 to 5 and listen to your boss.
Yeah.
Ain't that something? You will go to your 9 to 5 or whatever hours you work, but you will listen to your boss, and your boss can be a man, but you will listen to what he say, but you won't go home and listen to that man.
Yeah.
That's with you. Because you see that you're above him, either because you make more money or whatever the situation may be. Some things may be in your name, the car, the house. Don't really matter. And you don't understand you're about to lose all these things.
Yeah.
You know, and a man is a hiding place.
Yeah.
From the wind.
That's right, bro.
If you can get that scripture.
I got you on that. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. It says, "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." And that's heavy because it says a man shall be, a hiding place. But at the end of the day, this isn't going into any average man.
No.
Because matter of fact, I'm gonna grab this scripture real quick too, and I'm
let's go to the elect men, because the regular man out there, I'm telling you right now, he gonna fold like an empty wallet. He gonna fold like a lawn chair when things really hit, when crap really hits the fan. Only men that's gonna be protected are the elect out of the house of Israel. Those men will be protected. We'll have that protection of Yahweh Bashmal Shai on them, covering them. The average man out there, oh no, he could be running out there killing, raping, eating people. He gonna be out there loose like an animal.
Yeah, Con.
Go ahead.
Scripture. This is wisdom. Goes right into what you're saying. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, "For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded." See, so if you don't have this truth, you're not gonna be regarded, because when you go into when you go into what word is that? Oh, the word precious. Well, it says wisdom is more precious than rubies and gold. That word precious is the and what word is that? I think it's yaquar, if I'm not mistaken, and it goes into a highly valuable. You know what I'm saying? To be esteemed. So to have this truth, you're very valuable, man. Right? Because this truth is invaluable. You can't put a price on this. This is the greatest gift you can have. And in that day, those that have it, the men that have it, they're going to be moving with wisdom, with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? And that's gonna move Yahweh Shemel Shai to do certain things, man, through the acts of faith. Right? Having that faith, man, remaining patient, calling upon the Lord's name. The Lord's gonna start doing things for you, man, and men are gonna start trying to follow you, women. Especially with Isaiah 4:1.
Oh, Con, that's gonna happen too. Now, y'all women gonna have to get used to that too.
Yeah, Con.
Going into Isaiah 4:1, understanding that it ain't gonna be no such thing as, oh, that's my man and only my man. That's something y'all gonna have to have an understanding when this day hit, because the scriptures Isaiah 4:1 says, for what is it? For
I got it right here.
Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel."
How many women take hold of one man?
7 women.
Completion.
So it could
Might
be more.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's at the same time.
Go ahead.
"Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach."
Now, understand too that Isaiah 4:1 is not talking about any man out here that you see willy-nilly out in the streets with his pants hanging down, driving a Dodge Charger, doing circles and whatever, and speeding down the highway.
Face tats and dreadlocks and a wife beater, man.
No, that's not the man. That's not the man at all. He's talking about the man of the Lord is going to get him. And you women out there might be like, y'all just jealous. Okay, say what you want, because when that day comes, you gonna know then. Because we already know what you women gonna say, because we've heard it before. Yeah. On the comment board, whatever. Oh, y'all are jealous, you this and that. Okay, if that's how you feel, cool. You roll with that.
Because you gotta remember too what the apostles were doing, man. All the miracles they were doing, healing people.
Yep.
Even when Yahweh Shai, you had all that multitude of people that came up to him, and he said, he looked at them as a sheep without a shepherd.
Yeah.
They were just scattered abroad. Remember, they're looking at him like for help, like, we need you. There was even certain account where certain people would try to be in the shadow of Apostle Peter just to be healed off of his shadow, man. See, so when that power is manifest, man, then everybody shall be willing in that day. But that's why the Lord's saying, get this truth now, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to see that and then be rejected, and you just got to go back into back into whatever hell you just barely escaped out of. And that's why I said that man shall be as a great waters in a dry place. You walking through a desert for 2-3 days, and ain't no water nowhere in sight, and you finally think you're gonna die and everything. You're gonna pass out from dehydration, and then you finally see that cool water just a few meters ahead. you gonna run to it, man, because you like, I need that. That's gonna be the current state or the state and condition for women in that day. They're gonna see a man of the Lord and try to, try to be under his wings, so to speak. So,
because when that day happens, that man of the Lord will eat. He'll be able to drink. He'll be clean,
taken care of.
He'll be taken care of. And see, the understanding is this too. Knowing when that time comes, there's gonna be many women that's gonna come, but that brother is gonna have what? He gonna have the spiritual fortitude to be able to see what that woman's about.
Right.
And she gonna come up and try to hide what she really is, and she's trying to say the right things, the smooth things to make him feel all like giddy inside. That ain't gonna work. Because he gonna look at you and be like, you know what? Nah, kick rocks.
Yep.
So somebody else come up, oh, you know what? She has a good spirit about her. She mean what she say. Come on with me, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 4:1. That's gonna happen. A lot of women don't like that. Oh, what do you mean? We're gonna have to share. Well, you're gonna get used to that real quick, because in the kingdom, you gotta understand, hey, man gonna have multiple women. As the brother said, they're gonna circle around the block.
And it's not something that's new. You look in the scriptures. King Solomon, 700 wives and 300 concubines. He had 1,000 women, and they made mention of that in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. 1,000 women. He literally had 1,000 women, man. And he wasn't going off. He wasn't committing no sin. That's a part of our heritage, man.
But going back into it as of right now, like we're going back to the Akim as of right now. Since you understand these scriptures, Lord, we should the Akim understand these scriptures. This is not the time to be worrying about these women, especially the women of today. Because they ain't trying to hear it. They're not trying to get in order. This is why we bringing out these scriptures to show the Akim again. Like, all right, cool. Because we both like women. We all like women. We love them. It's saying like, man, she fine. We like, hey, But understanding at the same time, like, no, we gotta move with wisdom with this. As the brother said, you gotta think with what's up here.
With your kavesa.
Yeah, with your kavesa up here. But going back on these women, how Bashimasha says about it. Matter of fact, this hits you to a T. Let's the brother want to read. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 26. And I'll read it in verse 8. And it says, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Those are the ones that are out there drinking in the middle of the night. They down at the club or at the bars, or they stumbling everywhere, being loud or whatever. I don't care if it's Issachar, Jake, whoever out of the 12 tribes are out there just being too much, right? Go a little further. Let's jump down to verse. Matter of fact, I'll just read it all. 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids, right? Her haughty looks. A horse of a woman. What is that when she put on all that makeup? She looked like one woman that in 30 minutes she looked like somebody else. You don't know who she is.
Right.
Matter of fact, let's move on a little further. It says verse 10. If thy daughters be shameless, keep her in straits, lest she abuse herself throughout over much liberty. Now, I always say when brothers have daughters and brothers have girls, make sure you got to stay on them. You got to keep an eye on them. You can't let them be out there with their friends and doing whatever they want to do, because she's going to cause that shame upon you. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, that's just with children, girls. Let's move further, right? Let's see. Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So if you got a woman and she step out and do some stuff, understand why she doing it. Understand that she's wicked.
Scriptures say, marvel not if she trespass against thee. Mm-hmm. And don't be surprised when she, wrongs you or does something to offend you.
And she's definitely gonna do it. Listen to this one. Watch this. Oh, listen to this. This is Ecclesiasticus 26 and 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, when he has found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver. I should not have to go into what a quiver is. Yes, it holds arrows. What's on a woman? There you go. A quiver. What's between her legs? Matter of fact, get that scripture. Open her quiver against every arrow. So what do we see today when we go out? A lot of our women are called what? And they glorify being thoughts, whores, talking about they have 30,000 sneaky links, riding a dick carousel, thinking, you know, every
Right.
time I turn around, I gotta be with this man, that man, this man, this man, that man.
Yeah, I even heard a woman too. It was like on a podcast, and the dude asked her, he's like, when how many men would you say, you know, would consider a woman to be like a hoe or a thought? And she said, oh, you know, 12 isn't that bad. But the scriptures say in Jeremiah, man, how polluted, you know, is that woman that leaves her man and goes and gets another, man. Because according to the law, you're bound to your husband as long as he lives until he dies. Then you can go and marry another man. But, you know, it's something that happens here a lot in America, especially you commit all this adultery, right? And it's ultimately supported. Like, oh, you go, girl, you know, you be independent. See, but that goes against the scriptures.
And you know, you women, I'm going you women again on this. Y'all go do that, right? But then you had the audacity, well, you can't find a good man, but you can't tie to one. You ever think about that? You find a man and you really like him, but you just can't stay with him. You know, you slept around so much. I forgot what it's called. It's a chemical in y'all where y'all can't tie to a man anymore. So y'all just sleep around as much as possible.
That's crazy.
I forgot what it's called. I think Tazar had brought that out, and he called it something. I brought it out a while back about something that how women do that after they sleep with so many men. It's kind of like they just they can't bond with you.
Yeah.
And then they wonder in the back of their mind, like, man, I can't get him in. I can't stay with nobody. You know, because you went and gave your snacks to everybody. When you supposed to give your snacks to that man, and only that man.
And Judith, man, she after her husband passed, she didn't get with another man the rest of her life.
God,
that's love, man. You know.
But we already know today in 2023, we already know y'all women ain't gonna be like that. The scriptures even tell you what you're gonna be. And it's majority of you. Now, yeah, there are some women out there that, you know, that are brothers, wives, and whatever, and they doing the best that they can and doing what they supposed to do, Lord willing, towards their husbands. You know, we're not talking about them, but this benefits them too to understand too when they look out, because they can agree with it and be like, man, yeah, I see that, because a lot of women are like that. And she's a woman and she can and say, yeah, you know what? When I look out there, yeah,
right,
that's actually true.
Right, in the open too.
You had a precept?
Yeah, well, I just had one. I could probably use it to close off. Whenever you wanted to, but I didn't have anything else in mind. Did you have anything you want me to grab?
Oh, you know what? Let's see. Let me get going into, you know, well, you don't want to say a good one, but, you know, let me get Proverbs 31, you know, and it talks about in 10, who can find a virtuous woman? You know, a virtuous woman, you know, those women that, you know, that do well by their husbands. They very hard, not that they're not out there, but they're very hard to find.
Right. Con, this is what you want me to start at that?
Going to get 10 through 12.
Con, this is Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10. It says, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband was that the point?
No, keep going.
God says, the heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
You hear that? A virtuous woman. And a lot of you women want to sit back and talk about, oh, you're a virtuous woman. I got my man's back. I'm this, I'm that. But the scriptures tell you what a virtuous woman actually is. Matter of fact, let me see. Proverbs 31. Let's see.
I had a quick one too.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 25 and verse 23, and this is the Good News translation, bringing out this scripture, because in that verse we read in that Proverbs 31, it says she will not do him evil all the days of his life. That's
why I wanted.
And that's, you know, ultimately to the point of she won't do him bad, you know, and that's, you know, something that brothers deal with all the time, man. You know, women, you know, your brother's wife coming up against him and starting drama or whatever it may be. You know, when the scriptures tell you that a woman is supposed to be a pillar of rest to her husband, man, a place where, you know, he don't have to come home from dealing with war in the world and come home for war. He can come home to that peace, right? Because you got to go back to war the next day, man. You know, but it's just a curse that, you know, that's upon us from Yahweh Shemel Shai, that our wife, you know, would have an evil eye towards us, man. You see, and that's why we sigh and cry, because here in the kingdom, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be no confusion. It's not going to be no arguments. It's just going to be peace. Everything's going to be back in order, man. But this is Sirach 25 and 23. This is the G and T. It says that a bad wife will make her husband gloomy and depressed and break his heart. Show me a timid man who can never make up his mind, and I will show you a wife who doesn't make her husband happy. You see that? So at the end of the day, you know, that takes place a lot in relationships. And I believe there's a statistic that comes out multiple times, and women have a more higher rate of divorcing their men in the relationship, in the marriage, man. You see, because a lot of them times they ultimately just, you know, get married to this man so that they can ultimately have part in his money, and then just leave and take his money, take his car, take his clothes, take the kids. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what a bad wife would do, though, man. Cause her husband to not even want to come home. As soon as he pull up in the driveway,
he contemplating.
He just want to drive right back out, go back to work. Because at
man,
least then he ain't gotta be around you. Like the scripture said, I'd rather dwell with a dragon than to dwell in the house with a wicked woman, man. That's like the last. Yeah, that's the last thing you want. You know, especially when they're getting in your face, and you know you have the power to really hurt them, man.
Yeah.
You're like, don't you know that? You know, but at the end of the day, I'm not saying you should beat your women, but at the end of the day, man, hey, if she, like it says right here in the last verse 25, don't let a bad wife have her way. Don't let her have her way, man. You gotta be able to lay that down. You're the head.
Yeah.
If your arms start twitching, you gotta grab it, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let it. You know, you can't just let her have, you know, do what she wants.
She can't get her bride.
You know, she has to have, you know, there has to be guidelines and rules. And that all comes with time. Like elders say, it takes years to get your house in order like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it takes years, but it also takes effort as well. It says, any more than you would allow her to drink water from
you know, and going back into it, you know, we go back to the brothers out there, you know, we, like I said earlier, you know, we all love women, but you know, at this timeline and we know what we're about to come into. We're about to come into Jacob's trouble. We're about to come into the time of the mark of the beast. We're about to come into some heavy times. And understanding, you know, that right now, hey, these women, it ain't it. It's just not it. They don't want to be in order. They don't want to listen. And a lot of them are about to perish.
Yep.
You know, at the end of the day. And it is what it is.
Yep.
You know, women, like I said earlier, you know, a woman can get mad and think that what we're saying is sexist, or it's oh no, it's just you because you got hurt and all this other stuff. No, misogynistic. But these are the things that are in the scriptures that tell on the women of today, or tell women then and of today, and what they would be doing and how they would be. And it also warns the man, hey, to watch them, you know, to pay attention to them, to watch them and watch what you do with them, you know. As scripture said earlier, you know, give not your power unto a woman.
Right.
You know?
That's right, bro.
So, you know, this was just, you know, just going out just to talk to the brothers, you know, about these women today. Because at the end of the day, we all love women.
Yeah.
But understanding the time that we living in.
Yeah, let's have one last scripture. This was it. Which will ultimately hit the point. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right eye offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Now, it's not literally saying you should go gouge out your eye, man. You know, at the end of the day, it's speaking about, if anything, that is there something in your life that's preventing you and hindering you from
the truth,
you know, investing your time and your mind into this truth, then you got to either balance it out or you have to get rid of it. Because now we're at the times where everything that we're reading, right, is happening and in real time, and more things are getting ready to happen, and time is moving fast, right? And all hell about to hit the fan. So don't let a woman be your demise like it has been the demise of many, but stay focused and disciplined within your faith, man. Now, your soul is at stake, man. All souls are at stake.
That's right.
That's why we're trying to do what we got to do to the best of our ability, man. You see, because we know that these days are coming, and we're not letting nothing, you know, separate us from that love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Let alone the weaker vessel.
Yeah,
you gotta, like brother's been saying a lot to his spirit. You gotta gird up your loins of your mind and try to endure these times, man. Right, really sit down and focus. You know, but that's all I got, brother.
You know, with that being said, I'm gonna say this. Hope you was edified. You know, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor. It's to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Shalom.
Shalom.